right, this is Power to the Girls. I love this. So we've had Ring of Honor guests on before, but it's always the guys. And today we're talking about the ladies. It returns to Sam's Town live. It'll be happening here this weekend. It's a big wrestling event. And joining us now with more is two-time and current Women of Honor World Champion Kelly Klein.
Hi, thank you for having me on.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Yes, of course.
So I was reading about your background, and if you could share with everybody the story about how you got into wrestling. And also I want to mention, I think this is so cool, you are a preschool teacher?
Yes, I am.
The kids must love that.
Yeah, a lot of the kids are too young to really kind of understand. They're just like, oh, Miss Kelly, you know.
They have no idea.
But their parents know, so they think it's funny. They're like, are you keeping my 2-year-old in line? Like,
Yeah, definitely, I'm sure.
And some of them, like, they dive bomb you, the little ones. They don't realize how big they are when they just projectile their whole body, but I can handle it.
Yeah, you can. Like, I think that a wrestler would make the best school teacher ever, don't you? Okay, so let's talk about your history and how you kind of came up, because you weren't really a fan.
No, I didn't grow up watching professional wrestling. I grew up actually watching amateur wrestling. That's what everybody in my family did. My dad wrestled for Purdue, and I watched that since I was little. So I love the mat and technical wrestling.
So like the wrestling like you would do if you were a wrestler at a school.
High school and college kind of wrestling, Olympic wrestling. And I was singing in a local band when I was a teenager, and somebody I waitressed with said, well, I'll come see your band if you get your band to come see me wrestle. And I thought, okay, what the heck, I'll try anything. That sounds weird.
Yeah.
And I went to this event, and the first live event I ever saw before it was over, I was trying to figure out how I sign up, where do I...
No, back then were there a lot of girls doing it?
No, there weren't. There were very few. And in fact, the events that I was going to when I was trying to figure out how to get in, there were rarely women on the events. I didn't train with women for the most part. And I think it's good because I trained as a wrestler with all the other wrestlers, and I think it's important to think about us as wrestlers, not as male wrestlers and female, because nobody says male wrestlers, they say wrestlers, and they say female wrestlers.
That's so true.
So I would like everybody just to say wrestlers.
Yeah, I agree with that. So then when did you get into it, like what we were just watching?
Yes, so I started with Ring of Honor 4 years ago. I had an opportunity to go to a seminar and tryout, and it was over 2 days. I think it was about 25 hours of in-ring and working on promos and character work and everything, and learning and kind of showing what I could do. And I gave it everything I had, and I made an impression, and they asked me to come be part of an event, and they kept asking me back, and here we are 4 years later.
All right, so let's talk about Ring of Honor. What is it? And so you are a two-time Ring of Honor champion.
Yes, I am. So Ring of Honor is it's one of the top companies in the United States. So we also have done some events in Europe and Canada. We do some reciprocal work where some of our talent will go work with other talents in Japan and Mexico and vice versa, things like that. But you can watch it on TV, you can get online, you can watch episodes. We have an app. We're on the Ring of Honor app, rohwrestling.com. We've got Honor Club subscriptions, so we've got all kinds of content and events, live events that people can go to.
And so this weekend, you're gonna be performing?
Yes, tonight I will be defending my championship at Sam's Town.
That's really cool.
And I'm really excited. I love wrestling in Las Vegas. I love wrestling at Sam's Town. It's always an awesome audience and an awesome energy.
I was reading here you won in front of like a sold out crowd of nearly 17,000 people.
Yes, I did.
Wrestling, they've got some crazy fans.
Yeah.
My husband grew up watching the kind of wrestling that you're doing now.
It's a whole community.
Yeah,
and that's one of my favorite things, is that people find each other through wrestling and they relate to each other through wrestling.
Well, your husband's a wrestler too,
Yes, he is. I found my husband through wrestling.
There you go. Yeah. All right. Well, if you would like to see this bad, you know what, Mamma Jamma, you can do so this weekend. Real quick, tell everybody what time it starts.
6 o'clock at Sam's Town Live.
6 o'clock at Sam's Town Live. And I mean, she really is a pro. Nearly 17,000 people watched her at Madison's Square Garden in New York City. So you're really
and
big
we
time.
do have meet and greet, and doors open at 4:30, so people can get there early and meet some people.
Well, thank you so much for coming on, Kelly. I really appreciate it. It's so cool to talk to a lady who can kind of like throw you around if you get out of line.
Get it
if I have to.
if she has to. That's right. Listen.